Chris Kelly with you here again at EFT Tapping Solutions. Today the topic is workplace stress and how to eliminate it with EFT tapping. So let's begin right away, probably with the biggest issue we can tackle, which would be if you're having trouble at the workplace, you need to change your attitude. It's as simple as that, okay? You need to become more positive and a little bit more happy. No one likes a sad sack, and no one likes people who complain all the time, whether it's justified or not. So what you need to do is get your EFT tapping notebook out. If you don't have one, then grab a notepad and a pencil or a piece of paper and a pen and write down all the negative emotions and thoughts that you have in regards to workplace and where you work right now. So what you want to do is really raise your awareness. Again, with everything we do here at EFT Tapping, it's in regards to raising your awareness. You're trying to think about these things. You really need to dig into them, okay? So I want you to raise your awareness and write down all the people and all the emotions and everything that has to do with your workplace and why you don't like it. A couple examples would be the commute. If you have to drive a long way or you're always getting stuck driving in traffic, getting to work, that's a detriment, and that probably has negative emotions for you. Perhaps it is your coworkers. They're lazy and they don't do the work they should. Perhaps you're the boss and it's your employees. They're not working hard enough. Perhaps it's your boss and he's negative or she's negative and they bring you down, or perhaps they just pile on way too much work. So create a list in your EFT tapping journal or whatever you'd like to call it, and make a list of all these people and all the situations, especially the situations at work, that bother you and that cause you to not want to have to go to work today. I bring this up because it's about 11:30 in the morning here in Las Vegas while I'm doing this, and I've had a couple clients already this morning coming in for massage. This afternoon will be EFT tapping with clients, but they talk about going to the rat race. They work in the rat race. I have to go to work, and it never sounds like a pleasant experience. So that's where I get the idea for this video today, is everyone seems to just complain about their job, and no one seems to be happy. So that's why I'm creating these videos. So a couple pointers here in regards to the workplace or any situation that you need to raise your awareness with is there's three different topics, and the first one is acceptance. Okay, you need to accept your job, you need to accept the commute, accept your employees, accept the boss, accept your coworkers, accept the situation at hand, okay? Become present, be in the now, and accept it. The second one is when you're accepting it, you might as well be happy, okay? Be positive and be happy. You have to do the work anyways. You have to drive to work if you're stuck in traffic. Put a smile on your face and get that positive attitude going. We'll tap through some of this and I'll show you how to do that, but this is more of kind of a lecture today in regards to some of the issues, not quite so much tapping. But I want you to know where I'm coming from, so that's why I'm bringing up these issues. So we have acceptance, we have being positive or being happy as number two, and number three, hopefully you can get to the point where you're enthusiastic, okay? So if you have to do what you have to do, which most of us do, we have to do our jobs, we have to go to work, put a big smile on your face, be enthusiastic, and just do what you need to do, and everybody will like you much more, okay? The bosses enjoy positive people, coworkers enjoy positive people. Just try and put a happy smile on your face and do the best you can, okay? So let's get to tapping on some of this stuff real quick. Find your list, get your list out of all the things that are driving you nuts at your work. Maybe it's the commute, okay? So you're going to be tapping on that. If you don't know where the tapping points are, look at my video. It says Complete EFT Tapping Protocol, and this will show you where all the meridian points are and the setup statements and things like that. So let's say, even though I get stuck in traffic every morning, I deeply and completely accept myself. I love and accept myself completely, although I've got this long drive to work, okay? And then you're going to tap through the points. Oh, I get so angry when I'm driving in traffic. I get stuck in traffic every morning. Every evening I'm stuck in traffic. Oh, my commute's horrible. And then tap through all the points, okay? Perhaps it's your boss. So we're going to move on to another topic. Even though my boss is driving me nuts, or even though my boss is extremely negative and bringing me down, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though my boss is bringing me down, I love and accept myself completely. And then just tap through the points. Oh, my boss is such a jerk. He's always so negative. All he does is pile work on. Oh, I just can't stand him or her. So these are just examples, and I go through these pretty quickly, okay? But what I want you to do, this is just examples, like I said, if you need to tap through these items 5, 10, 20 times, take each one, okay? The commute and getting stuck in traffic, that's one issue, okay? Dealing with your boss, that's another issue. Spend 5 to 10 rounds of tapping, or whenever you're clear and you feel like you've worked through that issue, then you can let it go. Perhaps it is you put pressure on yourself. Then that's where the I love and accept myself completely, focus on that. Perhaps it is your coworkers. They don't toe the line. They're not doing their jobs as they're supposed to. Tap on that. Just keep, even though my coworkers just don't accept me, I love and accept myself completely. Even though my coworkers just don't do enough work and they're lazy, all they do is sit around and gossip, I love and accept myself completely. And then just tap through all the points on each of these issues, okay? An important point here is that you need to understand that everybody sees the world in their own subjective manner, okay? Everything rolling around in our little head here is our own subjective opinion. So your employees are doing what they think they need to do. Your boss is doing what he thinks he needs to do. This is about your own health and wellness, okay? You need to take care of yourself, whether the work environment is fair or not, whether it's safe or the commute drive is a pain in the neck or something like that. You need to, take care of yourself. Take a deep breath, relax, and go ahead and put a smile on your face. So the next step I'm going to talk about is you want to tap through all those things. You want to raise your awareness. You need to accept what's happening. You need to be happy about it. And then hopefully you can be enthusiastic about it. The next topic is something that came to my mind this morning when I was getting ready to create this video, and that was in regards to the 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. That's the name of the book, The 4 Agreements. It's been around for about almost 20 years now, and it has 4 different segments to it. The first one is be impeccable with your word. The second one is, what is it? Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions, and always do your best, okay? So let's go through some of those. Be impeccable with your word. What that means is to state what you mean and mean what you say, okay? So don't go around gossiping with your coworkers, complaining, because that's really all it is, especially to the boss. Don't ever complain to the boss. They usually don't like that. If you have a valid situation that needs to be resolved, take it to this person in a professional manner, but otherwise you're just complaining, okay? So don't sit around and do that, because that is truly the law of attraction. The more you complain and talk negative, you're just sending that out and it's shooting it right back to you. So that's the law of attraction. Whatever you put out there, it's bringing back more to you. So please don't do that. The second one is don't take anything personally. This goes back to everybody sees the world in their own subjective manner. Your boss does what he needs to do, what he thinks is best, regardless of how you feel or if you think you're being treated fairly or whatever the project you and your boss or your coworkers are working on. It doesn't matter. Everybody has their own subjective way of doing things. So do your best, use your word impeccably, and don't take it personally if people don't see eye to eye with you or they treat you in a negative manner. That's just the way they are. That's not your problem. You need to be clear yourself and handle these things internally for your own health and wellness, okay? So the next one is don't make assumptions. This is another big topic of do your best, be impeccable with your word, cover all the bases, I guess is what I'm saying. When you say, don't make assumptions, I think that speaks for itself. You just have to cover all your bases, do everything, don't leave anything to chance, and you just do your best. So, and then the last one is, I just talked about it, is do your best. That should be simple enough. Do the best that you can. Don't get involved in working on too much into the future, but do what you can today and do it to the best of your ability. So those are the 4 agreements. I think if you abide by those, you'll have a better environment at your workplace, and I think it'll make you a happier person. So let's see what else we have here. I found another book that's called Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, and it's all small stuff. And then there's one, Don't Sweat the Small Stuff at Work. And some of those ideas, I read that book years ago. I can't seem to find it right now. But I know they talk about a lot of different things. And one of them goes back to the first agreement, which is be impeccable with your word, which is called corporate bragging. I had to look that term up because I couldn't remember what that term was. It's called corporate bragging. And what this means is you sit around with coworkers, with your boss, with your friends, your family, your spouse, your boyfriend, girlfriend, your children, and you brag about how tired you are, how many hours you work during the week, how hard your job is, how you never have any time off, how tired you are, all these different things. Don't do that. Again, This is the law of attraction at work. If you continually say, oh, I only got 4 hours sleep last night, and I know I'm going to be tired today, well, that's the law of attraction at work right there. You are going to be tired because you put that out there and the universe sends it right back to you. So don't do the corporate bragging thing of, because some people, they act like they're listening to you, but they're really not. They just hear you and they're really waiting for their turn to talk to tell you how do their own corporate bragging, okay? So they're going to say, well, you only work 60 hours. I have to work 80 hours a week, and I don't have weekends off, and I don't ever get to see my kids, and I'm always tired. And don't do that. Even with your spouse, try to don't hold this stuff in, okay? That's the message I want to get across also is I'm saying, don't talk to or don't be negative to your spouse or verbally out there. And I'm not saying to go ahead and hold that in. What I'm saying is, because this is EFT tapping, is to do tapping on this. Do tapping on, oh my gosh, I'm really tired. Or, oh my gosh, I have to work 80 hours this week, but I love and accept myself completely. I have to work 80 hours this week. I have to work 80 hours this week. I have to work 80 hours this week. And then spend 5-10 rounds tapping through that. And you'll feel kind of a break. You'll feel yourself kind of let go a little bit, and everything will calm down, and then you'll start to see the positives. And then what you can do is then you can go into the positive happy tapping, is what I call it, of even though I have to work 40 hours this week, I deeply love myself completely. And then, but I'm going to get a lot of stuff done. I know I'm doing my best. I'm being impeccable with my word. I know I have to work a lot, but the rewards will come. The rewards will come, okay? And then tap through the points. So this video is getting pretty long. It's over 11 minutes already. Let's see what else I have to cover. I think that's enough for right now. I mean, we can cover deadlines. We can cover staying off social media. There's a lot of other topics that I'll cover in another video. But since this video is getting pretty long, I'm going to cut it short right now and work on the things in this video. Go back and rewatch it and practice these things. But the biggest thing is to shift your attitude. And then if attitude is such a huge issue for you that you've just got such a negative attitude, tap on that. It's a little general, but I have a negative attitude and I have this I can't do things attitude, but I love and accept myself completely. And then tap through those. Okay? But it works best if you get very specific about the issues of what's causing you stress at work. So Chris Kelly signing off. Have a great day. I will be back soon. We're going to do several videos on workplace stress and eliminating it with EFT tapping. So I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.